What's up? This is Feliciano, and I'm sitting here with our client, Tom, and our client has become fluent in only 3 months. I thought I was just inviting him for an interview to talk about the history of how exactly we help him get there and to inspire you to become fluent in Spanish. So, Tom, tell me, how much do you speak Spanish now?
Yeah, I think fluent is a strong word, Feliciano, but my Spanish has improved a lot. It has in the last few months, thanks to yourself and the team. I feel a lot more confident now when I am speaking Spanish. I think is most important is because my Spanish has improved, that gives me the tools to improve it even more. Because previously, when for instance, I was reading some news in Spanish. If I didn't understand it, I would get frustrated and I would leave it and I'd go and read the same news in an English language news site, for example. But now I can understand more of it, and therefore some of the words that I don't understand, I get from context. So I learn more because I have the tools to learn that much more.
So, congratulations, Tom. Well done.
Thank you.
En primer lugar, ¿podrías presentarte?
Claro, claro, por supuesto. Me llamo Tom Raftery y soy irlandés. Vivo aquí en Sevilla con mi familia, mi mujer que es sevillana, mis dos hijos y nuestros perros y la gata. Soy autónomo, trabajo en la intersección de la tecnología y la sostenibilidad. Publico muchas cosas en las redes sociales. Publico 2 podcasts cada semana, por ejemplo, uno sobre el tema de la sostenibilidad y las cadenas de suministro y el otro sobre el tema del cambio climático. También publico videos en YouTube, Instagram, TikTok y publico blogs en varias plataformas. Algunos de mis episodios están patrocinados y así es como gano dinero. Actualmente, todo mi trabajo es en inglés. Llevo varios años viviendo en España, llegué antes de la pandemia. Me encanta vivir aquí en Sevilla porque creo que los andaluces se parecen mucho a los irlandeses en su personalidad, son gente cálida, amigable, abierta y divertida igual que los irlandeses. También me gusta mucho el clima de aquí. En Irlanda, entre el 90 y el 95% de las mañanas al despertar está nublado, si no llueve y hace viento, pero aquí en Sevilla entre el 90 y el 95% de las mañanas al despertar está soleado y cálido. Eso marca una gran diferencia en la salud mental, aunque hace bastante calor aquí en Sevilla en verano, no importa. Adaptas tu estilo de vida al clima y el sol siempre es mejor que la lluvia y el viento. Este año hemos tenido algunos problemas de salud en mi familia, pero ahora tengo mucho más confianza para ir al centro de salud y hablar con los médicos que antes de empezar el curso. Entonces, para mí, el curso era una gran ayuda.
How did you feel before starting with us?
I guess the word is almost ashamed for having lived here so long and not being able to speak Spanish well. I knew various phrases and I could understand a lot of what people were saying just from immersion, but I wasn't able to speak with any confidence. I was quite hesitant and I would make lots of mistakes. And because my job is to be a communicator, my English and my manner of speaking in English is, I want to think, quite good. I earn my living from it. To not be able to speak at the same level or anywhere near it in Spanish in the country I live was, made me feel quite ashamed. So that's why I decided to start the course. It was to improve my Spanish so that I would not become as good as my English, but at least approach that level so that I could speak more confidently to people in Spanish.
And how do you feel now after becoming fluent in just 3 months?
I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more confident. I still have a long way to go. I understand that, and it'll be a lifelong journey. But as I said earlier, it's one of the things where now I have the tools because I can understand more. As I said earlier, I can read the news, and if I don't understand a word, very often I'll get it now from the context, which I wouldn't have had before. It would have been quite frustrating and I would have given up. Whereas now I can understand more. So now I can push myself to understand more.
And what's your highlight of the program so far?
There are various. I think one of the strengths of the program is that it requires you to immerse yourself more in Spanish, which was something I was avoiding because it was frustrating because I didn't understand. And so you generate these habits, of listening to podcasts, or in my case, I read the news more often now in Spanish, which isn't required, but I do it anyway. And the podcasts I listen, I like news anyway. It's one of the things I'm really interested in. So the news that I listen to is, for example, the 𝗙𝗟𝗦𝗨𝗘𝗡𝗧 podcast. That's quite advanced often in terms of its Spanish. So one trick I did there is I turned it down in terms of the speed from listening to it at 1x to listening to it at 0.9x. And that makes it easier to understand. And that means I can learn more because I'm hearing words. And then if I don't understand the words, like I said earlier, now I get them from context. So I can understand a lot more. Plus, I'm being exposed to Spanish more. In the house I live in and in the work that I do, all of that's through English. Although now we're speaking more Spanish at home. But as I say, it's pushed me to learn more. And then the live sessions that we have are good as well, obviously, because you get to talk to other people who are at the same or similar level, and that encourages you as well, hearing their stories and learning their journey.
Muchísimas gracias, Tom.
A ti, Feliciano.
Enhorabuena y bueno, todavía tenemos tiempo para mejorar y paciencia poco a poco.
Gracias.